Good morning. Our one another this morning comes from Colossians chapter 3, verse 9, and we'll also read verse 10. Do not lie to one another. It's a negative one another this morning. Do not lie to one another. Why? Look at the next phrase in the verse. Do not lie to one another, seeing that you've put off the old self. See, lying is indicative of a self that has not been changed by the gospel. The gospel changes us into beings who are rooted in truth. That is, who are anchored in reality. That is, who relate to the God of truth rightly. Remember, God, Titus 1:2 says, that he cannot lie. He cannot lie. God is ultimate truth. And we do not reflect his character, and we do not connect to God when we live a lie. So do not lie to one another, seeing that you have put off the old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of its creator. The new self being renewed in real, authentic knowledge, that is a way of assessing accurately reality and living according to reality. And when you live in a way that you lie to one another, you're not living according to reality. Instead, you're trying to fabricate reality. You're trying to manipulate reality. And you will run into reality. As Dallas Willard famously used to say, reality is what you run into when you're wrong. Your sins will find you out, and that's nothing. No sin is that truer of than a lie when you live in deception. As a parent, I've told my kids, I can handle a lot of your sin. The gospel covers my sin. I'm broken. The gospel covers your sin. There is a sin that is a challenge for sure in our relationship, I've told them, and that is this. Doesn't mean the gospel can't cover it. It doesn't mean I can't forgive it. And it doesn't mean that we can't move past it. But when you lie, it does something different to the texture of our relationship. When you lie to one another, it does something. And here's what it does. It leaves you with no place to go, because you can't relate authentically to something that isn't true. You can't relate authentically to a situation or a person who is not being truthful with you. You don't have any ground. You don't have any place to go. Honesty is essential for authentic relationships. So my encouragement to you is, let's flip the language here. Be honest with one another. That can sometimes be painful. I don't mean by that you say everything you think. That's not what being honest is. Not everything you think needs to be said. But you need, when asked, and you need, when you speak, to speak truthfully. It needs to match onto reality. And even if honesty means that it's harder, well, you'd rather pay that price than pay the price of deception. Because deception destroys the fabric of your relationships, and it gives you no place to go with one another. And as a community of people, as people in families and friendships and business partnerships, and parenting relationships and marriage, we have to have a place to go. Lying gives us no ground. It gives us no traction. So my encouragement to you is, don't lie to one another. If you want to destroy your life and the lives of other people, lie to one another. It's a surefire way to destroy it. So I don't think that's what you want to do. So be honest, and may the Lord bless you today.